Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be reacting to
Let's talk about Taylor Swift, shall we?
Turned with her 12th studio album, The Life of a Showgirl. After a career-defining success with the Eras Tour, the Re-Recordings Project, and reclaiming her masters, Taylor has proven to be one of pop's sturdiest and most celebrated brands. While historically Swift has proven to be a pretty consistent and well-rounded albums artist, her last few releases have been far more divisive, particularly the albums Midnights and the Tortured Poets Department, which received criticism for some of the Jack Antonoff and Swift production, the album being overly lengthy in the Tortured Poets case, some downright awkward lyrics that showed Swift is good at what she specializes in, but she can't manage to pull off everything. Like most artists, she has her strong suit. I will say both albums are not without their gems, but it seems as if Taylor Swift heard the criticism of those records and attempted to apply it to The Life of a Showgirl. She dropped Jack Antonoff for this project and teamed up with Max Martin and Shellback, who she worked with on albums such as Red in 1989. There are 12 tracks on the album, and she stated there will be no more. What you get is what you get, which seems like a direct response to her latest releases, which certainly could have used some editing. She also described it as an album that is vibrant and not as slow and moody. In every sense, it seemed like it was intended to be a big return to form for big anthemic pop Taylor. Taylor stated that her goal was to keep the descriptive and vivid writing prowess of albums like Folklore, but fit it into a world of big pop. We all know Taylor Swift is one of the most personal pop songwriters, and sharing personal information is at your discretion, which is why this video is sponsored by Incogni. Incogni is a use of handle disputes with and it's dark and at times sensual. Although Taylor Swift is the biggest artist in the world, being a showgirl is not something that people associate with her. In many aspects, I would say her career reads like the anti-showgirl. She doesn't typically wear dramatic costumes, do sensual choreography, or lead with performance art. But obviously there's a lot of parallels with being a showgirl that align with Taylor.
I was telling you, I was interested to see what would be her version of Showgirl, because we all understand what Showgirl gives, and I was thinking I can't wait to see what she's going to offer, to see it not fit the fitting.
Especially after going on such a massive tour. This album is meant to give a perspective of her fame, success,
With her
and how
budget,
she
oh my
feels
god,
after
I
the lights
expect
go
so
out.
much more.
The artwork of this album is extremely glamorous and loud, with Taylor describing the album as vibrant, and even given the context of her, Max Martin, and Shellback's working relationship.
I actually don't like the album cover. Where is it?
Taylor describing the album as vibrant, and even given the context of her,
What the fuck is the album? There you go. Yeah, I don't like it. I don't think she looks good in it. Like that line where the water, hits her face. It just, I don't think it makes her look good. I don't like it.
If we should have Tyra Banks kind of review the photo, if it's America's Next Top Model.
Oh, no, I feel like if she just pulled her face up a little bit out of the water, it would have been better.
A little
Like,
more neck.
yeah, a little bit more neck. Like right now, it just doesn't look good.
Max Martin and Shellback's working relationship, I don't think there was any indication that this album would be so sparse. I thought it would be in your face, bombastic. I mean, there's an exclamation point and caps in the track list, but it's not really a loud or particularly
nice.
vibrant album.
Yeah,
this
does
album
look
is
nice.
about what was going on behind the scenes in my inner life during this tour, which was so exuberant and electric and vibrant, Swift said. I'm so proud of it, and it comes from the most infectiously joyful, wild, dramatic place I was in my life. So that effervescence has come through on this record, stating that the album will feature bangers, but the album is not really a consistently big bangers type of moment. It's not bulletproof, and sure, the album is a bit more vibrant and bright than her last few releases, but if you're expecting a vibrancy of say 1989, that's not really present here. It reads more like a part 2 to her 2019 album Lover than any of her previous work with Max Martin and Shellback. And the concept and title of this album seem to work more as just artwork.
Would you
It's
have
not
thought
conceptual.
that this was
There's not
done with Max Martin?
Yeah, the title track, yeah,
Oh, the title track being.
Ophelia.
Oh, okay.
Ophelia does give up. Like,
I thought the fate of the life of a showgirl was the title track.
no, Ophelia was.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Ophelia is. When we did react yesterday, when I heard, I was like, okay, this is gonna be a big song. It just has that pop appeal. Like, it really hits certain marks.
I
And
wonder what other songs he worked on then.
let me see if it's Max Martin's song, because it does give to me like a big song. I would be very surprised if it's not Max Martin.
And I wonder what's the breakdown between the two.
not strong showgirl themes or styles woven throughout the album, but there are subtle nods to it, like on the opening track, The Fate of Ophelia, which references Hamlet and Ophelia, who ultimately drowned herself after experiencing a very controlled life. And Taylor ties in this nod in the album cover, where she is in a bathtub. And if you'd
Oh, that
never
makes
come for me,
sense.
I might have drowned in the melancholy. I swore my loyalty to me, myself, and I, right before you lit my sky up. In this song, she talks about her love saving her from a disastrous fate. It's an 80s influenced pop song, it's big, it's
Swift wrote and produced the song with Swedish producers Max Martin and Shellback. So yep, it is by them. Yeah, it's just this song did give me like, okay, it's gonna, and that's why I said like yesterday in the video, I said it's gonna be the song of the year. It just had that energy.
It's catchy. This is the moment on the album most akin to 1989. Opalite is Taylor doing ABBA, and it works, but it's not my favorite. You were dancing through the lightning strikes, sleepless in the onyx night, but now the sky is opalite. It basically talks about being resilient and going through hard times to see better things. Father Figure samples George Michael's classic song of the same name, and it appears to be a very poignant song at people she's tried to mentor, and she's just getting things off her chest with this song in a very abrasive manner. I'll be your father figure, I drink that brown liquor. I can make deals with the devil because my dick's bigger. This love is pure profit, just step into my office.
Okay, ready? You guys ready? You pumped? Okay, here we go.
Ruin the Friendship is by far one of my favorite songs of the album. It's classic Taylor with some Fleetwood Mac vibes going on. This is one of my favorite songs of the record because of its songwriting. It has the most tragic plot twist. In the song, her narrator is reminiscing about an old crush, who eventually passes away, and Taylor reflects on this person, wishing she would have ruined the friendship, wishing that she would have just led with her heart in the moment. Should have kissed you anyway, she weeps throughout the song. It's a really interesting story for a song. Actually Romantic is a song that has stirred up a lot of controversy.
I
What
wonder.
is that about?
I said the same thing. Yeah, I wonder who that is about because no, she's with Travis right now. So, and she did say that the album is about what's going on behind the scenes of her life.
That person seemed to pass away, or like
Yeah, that's what it seems like. So it's like, how is Travis must feel if it's about some other guy? I don't know. That's what she said. I'm just.
The speculation that
Interpreting.
it is in response to Charlie XCX, who allegedly wrote Sympathy is a Knife about Taylor Swift, and Ariana Grande is also on the remix of this track. Sympathy is a Knife is not a diss track. It's a song about the complex emotions of being compared to someone more successful than you, and the jealousy and insecurity that could bring. It serves as a perfect counterpart to Girl So Confusing. From the lyrics built in Actually Romantic, there seems to have been some behind the scenes stuff that took place that we might not have known about. Sympathy is a Knife is not a diss track. It doesn't blame the woman. In fact, she's angry at herself in the chorus. But Actually Romantic is more of a pointed diss. And one thing about Taylor Swift and pointed diss tracks, she does not do them well. She does angry kiss-off songs well, where she will sprinkle in a diss and it's super personal. But pointed disses are not her strong suit. They often expose her weaknesses and result in some of her worst lyrics. From Bad Blood to This Is Why We Can't Have Nice Things, to Look What You Made Me Do, which I enjoy sonically, it's very camp. And even You Need to Calm Down, which is more of a general diss than to one specific person, but it applies. Actually Romantic enters that canon of Taylor Swift. I heard you call me boring Barbie when the Cokes got you brave. High-fived my ex and then you said you're glad he ghosted me. Wrote me a song saying it makes you sick to see my face. Some people might be offended, but it's actually sweet all the time you spent on me. It's honestly wild, all the effort you've put in. It's actually romantic, I really gotta hand it to you. No man has ever loved me like you do. Once again, there seems to be more tension behind the scenes than the public has been privy to. But if the song is indeed about Charlie, and all she got from Sympathy is a Knife is, wrote me a song saying it makes you sick to see my face, then I think that is a big misconception. Taylor has every right to respond and in the manner she would like, but it is ironic that she is offended by being called boring Barbie while giving such a boring song. Now, I don't align with Taylor Swift being boring Barbie. I'm just saying this song is boring, and it's intended to bite, but she is just not great at diss tracks. It's the Forgot You Existed of the album. Wishlist is a song that sounds like Taylor made it when she first started learning how to cuss. She does some talk singing on this song with a little rap flow. It's a pretty standard love song that sounds like a lover left over. Wood sounds like I Want You Back by Jackson 5. It's a cute disco song. Once again, she talks about how she doesn't have to knock on wood. She was in a hopeless place romantically, hoping nothing else bad happens to her, but she's finally reached a place where she is secure. Cancelled in all caps with an exclamation point has the energy of a Reputation track. And I do like some of the melodies she does.
Interesting. He didn't talk about how Wood it gives like, oh, it's about Travis Kelce and all that.
everyone else pulled that.
Yeah, everyone else. Which no, I do agree that it does give that. So, it's just interesting. He didn't go there. Did he not feel that way, or he just didn't want to go there? Because based on the other analyses that we watched, I do think it's about that. It's just a simple double entendre in there. Why not?
Over this track, but the lyrics are some of the worst on the album. Did you girl boss too close to the sun? Did they catch you having too much fun? Did you make a joke only a man could? Were you just too smug for your own good? Or bring a tiny violin to a knife fight? Good thing I like my friends cancelled. I like them cloaked in Gucci and scandal, like my whiskey sour, and poison thorny flowers. She talks about being aligned with people who have been quote unquote cancelled, and having matching scars with them and how fickle fame can be and standing by friends who might have bad publicity follow them. Just for the record, Taylor Swift has never been canceled. She had some scandals, some negative controversies, but she's always been one of the top sellers
I don't even think you could cancel her. She's too big. I don't think. I don't think she's cancelable.
even on albums where she didn't have a massive hit. She had a hit album and a hit tour. She's the biggest artist in the world currently and has been one of the biggest for the past decade. It's interesting though that this song is mostly framed around her friends. Halfway through listening to this song, I also realized that it sounds reminiscent of Yellow Flicker Beat by Lorde, which completely nails his style of song and is a well-written song. I would just much rather listen to that. The closing track, The Life of a Showgirl with Sabrina Carpenter, is unfortunately not the showgirl extravaganza we were hoping for. It more so just sounds like the closing track to a movie or show.
That's what you said. You said you were expecting more of a showgirl vibes, right?
It's very safe. The album is much more sparse than I was expecting, much more laid back. In spirit, it just feels like a successor to Lover, and Lover was a very divisive album. Lover to Reputation, and then we have Torture Poets to The Life of a Showgirl. It's mirroring. The post-pandemic Taylor Swift album run with the inclusion of The Life of a Showgirl continued to come up feeling wearisome and leaves the audience hungry for an artist that we know is capable of better work. 2025 has been a disappointing year in pop music, and even the world's biggest superstar concedes to this trend. Taylor Swift ignites a very strong reaction out of people for better or for worse. But it's not the worst album to ever exist, but it is far from a strong release from Taylor. It doesn't even rank in the top half of her discography. With her rekindling with Max Martin and Shellback, I was definitely expecting something that came a bit harder and had more standout moments, but there's not even that much of a distinction between her work with Jack Antonoff on the last few records and this one. Sonically, I would say it's a combination of Midnights and Lover, and the songs aren't her most memorable, but perhaps this is just the new normal for Taylor. I will never count her out. She is an icon, and yes, before y'all saw in the comments, she is an icon, that is a fact. But her releases after Evermore have been far more patchy and generally just all around divisive. All the albums have their gems, all those albums, Midnights, Torture Poets, and Showgirl have their gems. They're not consistent and are some of my least favorite Taylor Swift albums ever. I think this album comes across very showy, but there's not many thrills in it, and the style of writing on this album for the most part seems like it's a direct response to the style of writing that has become popular with Sabrina Carpenter, that playful, abrasive, humor-heavy style of songwriting.
It does give that. I do agree that some of the lyrics that we broke down does give like something Sabrina's writers would write. You know, it's kind of like a play on sex, like with the whole wood thing too. Like, you know, it's talking about a dick, you know, so it's like that's exactly what Sabrina would do. And considering she did collab with Sabrina in a song, it does seem a little Sabrina inspired.
It feels like a Swiftified version of that style of writing.
But yeah, I don't really think Sabrina actually writes her stuff. It's just that's what she sings though.
Cultural commentary on this album is very weak. From the references to cancellation, to the tie-ins of other iconic figures or characters, they're all very surface-level characterizations of the parallels between the figures and herself. Elizabeth Taylor's used as a glittery sticker on this album. The name drop is there for decoration, but the true complexities and parallels are never actually explored. It's similar to the way people have often co-opted Marilyn Monroe's story, an image as a sad, famous girl, and nothing more. It's mostly there because it looks fashionable and cool, not because it's saying much or wanting to make a grand statement. Ruin the Friendship is definitely my favorite song from this album by far. That is the gem for me. Let me know what you guys thought about Taylor's 12th album and the Tortured Poets to Life of a Showgirl run.
Yeah, I think what Taylor is kind of suffering from success a little bit in a sense that she just has a lot of haters because, you know, she is who she is. So I think people gonna criticize and hate no matter what she really drops. Like that video we did yesterday, I think yesterday or the day before, about the cringe lyrics. I felt like he was just hating to hate in certain moments, like, because, you know, you can criticize if there's to criticize, but certain stuff that he was criticizing, I felt like if somebody else wrote it, it would be like praise, like, "Ooh, what a good writing." But since it's Taylor, we were like, "Oh, he's bad writing." Well, to me, it's the album, the song "Fate of Ophelia." I do think is gonna be Song of the Year in multiple awards. This year, as I said, it's a weak year for music, so it's gonna be easy for her to win. It's a good song, has all the makings of a big pop song.
Can I see the comment?
Yeah, the album of the year. I don't know about the album of the year. To think this album was so bad that the Swifties weren't even sending death threats to anyone is absolutely insane. It feels like we're living in a parallel universe right now. Taylor has allowed one too many relationship get the best of her. Example, every time she gets caught up in the relationship, she's quick to release an album. Then when the relationship is over again, she's quick to release an album. The next product, she continues to shit other people. It's all becomes rinse and repeat. And also, why is she trying too hard? So Swifties were sending death threats. The thing is, as Taylor is getting older, her audience, the Swifties, is also getting older. I think the Swifties now they're past the point of sending death threats. They might have their own lives.
How old were they when they were sending them?
Well, I don't know, but they were younger because now they're getting older. So like at some point you grow up, you stop like you realize that okay, this is a hobby, but now I have to work, make money, maybe raise kids, stuff like that. So you realize that okay, following a celebrity, being a fan is not end all be all. It's just like a hobby. So like you listen, you like, you don't like, cool. You may go to a concert, you don't. You're not gonna go on social media and debate because you don't have time. So I think it doesn't really indicate anything. It more so that the fans are getting older and more mature. I think that's just what it indicates.
Okay, guys, of course, let us know your thoughts. If you like, comment, and subscribe. Join the Discord. And Zoys, share as much kindness as possible.